in his 10th season overall. He is joined assistants by Zane Barnes and Kelly McInnes. And the stage is set. And the 2025 men's college soccer season is underway from Eagle Field. And a slide tackle taken up by Christian Cook. Off to the races, Christian Cook. That one's knocked out. Getting a foot inside was Bennett, and recovered by Jack Kilstrom. The goaltender for tonight for Coastal Carolina is Harrison Goth, the junior goalkeeper from Canada and the transfer from Linscomb. A lot of transfers on this Coastal Carolina team. More on that as we get settled into this one. Bit of a toasty Thursday evening here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Temperatures in the mid-80s, but things starting to cool down just a little bit here under the lights. Racing back over to it. Sagrio now. Back over on the near side is Larmond. Larmond dances with it here on the near side. Tripped up and got our first whistle. And this will belong to the team in all white. So throwing things off right here, just a quick pause in the action. On the near side. And this will be thrown out of bounds here once again. So 2 minutes in here. Still looking for our first shot. Bounces back over. Finds Larmond. Larmond inside, just inside the box. And they'll try and scurry that one away. Back over into the possession of Pearson Davis, who dances one back here on the sideline. Coastal Carolina returning 10 players. From their season last year. That one's tripped up just side right in front of the box. They'll try and keep this one back away and able to capture this one back out. They'll dance it over. Finds it to Ryder, and Ryder will back out and give it over to Davis. Good opening start to this game for the Chanticleers. Holding the possession here now as the road team over here against Winthrop. Winthrop returning 13 players from last year's roster, which also includes 7 starters. Back over at midfield with Pearson Davis. And they'll kick this one back over to midfield. Nearly 4.5 minutes so far into this one so far. Chanticleers have held this into the Winthrop Eagle defensive zone to start this one. Right at midfield. And they'll kick this one right back out. And near collision there, able to pick that one back up now. Back off to the races here once again. Has some numbers if they hurry. Larmond now back over, kicks it to Clausen. And he's trapped up back in the corner here. Handle duties back out to Earlrich. He's one of the guys that we talked about in the opening, one of our players to watch. Lincoln Ulrich, the junior defenseman from Delaware, Ohio, and we got one player down. It looks like that's Luke Clausen. So we're going to have a kick here after that penalty. So both teams huddled just right in front of the box. Jack Kilstrom on watch. 5 minutes into this one so far. Norwich will handle it here. Things trying to get set up. Off of the free kick. Trying to get everybody all organized here now. And off of the free kick. This one's up, fire back away right in front of the box, trying to head this one back out. Chested over. Nice play there by Christian Cook, trying to hold this one back out. That's headed outside the box. Back of the possession arrow for Larmond. Larmond finds Cook here on the near side. He'll send it across. Tried to head this one, and that one goes out of bounds. Chanticleers are asking for a corner, and they're going to get just that. So the first corner kick on the evening will go and be awarded the Chanticleers, who have pretty much controlled the pace of this game in the first 6 minutes. And Jalen Larmond, the 5'8" graduate midfielder from Old Harbor, Jamaica, will take this one out. Trying to strike early and draw first blood. On for the corner. Here's Jalen Larmond for the corner. Headed back out. Oh, nice play there by Kilstrom. He went in there and found it. And a short scramble. Not a problem for Kilstrom and the junior from Iowa. The Pleasant Valley High School product. Now we'll see Winthrop if they can settle things down here. Just everything's been in their defensive zone to start this one. Hasn't been able to get anything going offensively, but this is a brand new Winthrop Eagles team. As we mentioned in the opening, 12 new freshmen for this season on the roster. It's the most for an Eagles roster since 2002. Coastal Carolina, they've welcomed 12 new additions to the 2025 roster, 3 freshmen and 9 transfers on this Coastal Carolina team. So a little bit of back and forth for the Eagles. They welcomed a whole bunch of new freshmen, and the Chanticleers, a brand new team full of transfers coming in. This one's sent deep out off the race. Can they go and grab it? And kicking that one out of the air was Harrison Goth. Great job by Goth there, keeping his head on a swivel to go and recover that one. Suarez will send it up the midfield, and the Chanticleers who try and thread the needle in that one to Christian Cook, to no avail. It's Coastal Carolina team that get back in the win column. They ended the season with 6 straight losses or ties, looking for their first win since October 8th. That was a win they had against Campbell and 1-0. Winthrop trying to get something going offensively. Zagrero, that one's a nice save. Back out. Oh, what a play there by Goth. Goth saw that one and redirected. Take another look. Try to head that one back in, just too late. had the opportunity for Ethan Marks, one of our players to watch, and just could not get it in. Nice save by Goth. We talked about a little bit of a slow start for Winthrop. And out of nowhere, a quick header right on net, and Goth was right there to defend. What a play. But on the moves there, Caleb Bennett. Bennett now. Swim back up, stays on side, and Goth is there to pick it up. "34 minutes remain here in this first half of play from Eagle Field. Ford Martin here on the call. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday evening for the opening day across the country for men's college soccer. All the exhibition matchups are completed, and now it is for real. So we're glad to have you here with us on this evening. All the college students returning to campus. All feels right in the world once again. Glad to have everybody back here at Winthrop University. Throw in here from the far side. That one's handled and going to be cleared by Ryan Arimo. So Armijo will clear that one back out. One of the returning starters who had 5 points last season. Tries to kick that one aside, able to clear that back out. Contact there with Ethan Marks, who had that opportunity moments ago. Takes a rough check there to the right shoulder, but able to move on. In front of that Winthrop bench. 32:43 left. A tough header there from Suarez as that one trickles back out of bounds. So the Chanticleers returning one goal scorer from their 2024 season, which Lincoln Ulrich, who netted that one goal, recorded one assist on the year. Coastal picked to finish 9th in the Sun Belt Conference preseason coaches poll. Looking to get back on track. They will laser that one back out, and backpedaling is Goth. Well, Deion Sanders style, trying to recover as quick as he could to go and hold that one out, and he'll clear that back out for the Chanticleers. And Goth, who started the game off kind of watching things play out on the other end, been a little busy here the last few minutes. Handled, kicked aside, and we'll sky this one back out to Vartaric. Vartaric will move that one back. And here comes the Chanticleers now, trying to pick up pace. Here's Larmond. Larmond trying to squeeze inside, and Winthrop will clear that one. They had the ball's just sitting right there. If there was a Chanticleer available, could have had a free shot on goal, but it's no avail. And a Chanticleer in sight, and a white jersey in sight to be able to kick that one on net. 15 minutes past, still looking for our first goal on the evening. We did get close with Ethan Marks. Had a header right there on front of net. Goth was able to, for Coastal, stop him. There's a laser from way outside. Has a chance to follow through. Oh, and a missed chance for Christian Cook. who had an opportunity to put that one at, just sailed it too high after the impressive save there by Killstrom. Another look at it right here. Killstrom diving out for that one and just put too much on it and sailed it over the top of the crossbar there. So a missed opportunity for Christian Cook and the senior midfielder from Charlotte, North Carolina. Headed out and tripped up here on the near side. So Winthrop will take over here. Tossing it in is Sagergo. Sagergo is one of those guys that's going to get heavily involved. A returning starter, had 5 points last season, was tied for the team lead with 3 assists. A guy that, especially in this young Winthrop team, that they're going to have to really rely on. Small stoppage in play. 28 and a half minutes left here in this first half. The earlier game for the women's had a 30-minute lightning strike, so that game was put on hold for just a moment. And would have finished that one through. The Lady Eagles were able to secure the win, a late goal to win that 2-1 over the Citadel. Now in the second game of our doubleheader, Coastal Carolina, Winthrop, here in the men's college soccer season opener for both sides. Coastal Carolina rocking their all whites, teal numbers. Garnet tops and gold numbers for the Eagles. Maybe Pierce Ryder took a tough hit there and maybe off with a free kick. Or actually make that Jaland Larmond, who played in 20 matches and 19 starts last season, scored 6 goals on the year and tallied 7 assists. The transfer from Lindsey Wilson last year. And he'll be off with a free kick as our officials try to get this one squared away. I'll send this one up, and that one's headed across. Nice job there by Taveric. Taveric will head that out as a near chance for Coastal. He'll send this one back. Near collision with Poliero, who was trying to go for that, but Killstrom had none of it. And for the second time, or make that the third time, Killstrom has had to get his hands dirty just a bit. And almost a bit of a lazy pass. Had to get out one quick. Larmond was sick. Clausen now putting on the moves. Here's Clausen trying to cut back inside, trying to reach forward to it. Oh, and a nice save again, as that one is still in bounds. If it's going to make its way over, either way, it's going to be Winthrop ball. So they'll kick this one away. Will be Killstrom. So the Chanticleers 3 shots. 1 save and a corner. Winthrop with 1 shot, and it was that header that we saw there by Ethan Marks. Right on net. Was closing in. Here's off to the races here. Look at that speed coming in for Larmond. And Larmond trying to send it back over. No one was available. And Winthrop trying to put on some of the moves in the defensive zone. Kicking that one back away. Nice play there by Candia. And how about the speed from Larmond? Larmond now again putting on the moves. He'll handle that one back out. There is a number 2 on the field for the Chanticleers. That is not on our roster lineup. So we do apologize if whoever is sporting the number 2 for the Chanticleers tonight, but it is not on our roster and not on the Coastal Carolina website as well. So we'll try and track that down to who will be sporting the number 2 this evening. As that one goes out of bounds. 24 minutes remain here from Eagle Field. Still looking for our first goal of the evening. As that one's just kicked out of bounds. Holding back out, Winthrop trying to get her hands dirty here just a bit, but they're going to send this one back up again for the speedy Christian Cook, and he's able to recover. And the always busy so far, Jack Kilstrom will sell this away out of bounds, and we'll go right back to the Chanticleers. Good crowd out here at Eagle Field. A lot of fans coming out to see the season opener for Winthrop and Coastal Carolina. Some contact there with Diego Candia and Luke Clausen. Clausen, who's a senior midfielder from the Netherlands, played in 15 matches, 13 starts last year, took 24 shots on the year. So number 2, which we do again apologize, that is not on our roster for who that might be, but nonetheless, it's Jack Kilstrom going up and capturing that one out. And the goalkeeper from Iowa and the Pleasant Valley High School product. And we're actually getting word that Jimson St. Louis is sporting the number 2 this evening. So thanks to our team behind the scenes for recovering that. On our roster, he was number 21. So just remove the 1, and it's Jimson St. Louis, the senior from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Maybe somebody can get this St. Louis some tape. Just need one straight arrow, and that's all they need to make it a 2-1. But unless we move on here, just about over 21 minutes remain here in the first half on campus of Winthrop University. And I got to say, to our right from our booth, a beautiful sunset. Couldn't really ask for a better afternoon and evening here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Can't get better than that. Weather starting to cool down now towards about the mid-70s. So sunset and 75. Can't really ask for better weather. And right now, Winthrop, they're just trying to ask for a little offense here in the Chanticleer zone. Bit of a whistle there and almost a little disagreement with Christian Cook with one of our officials. Felt like he had a lot of contact there, but Winthrop now will take over. Still just looking for that offense. They can get it wrapped in midfield, but just sort of holding it in the offensive zone. So we'll see if it's a little bit of a repeat about what we saw earlier in the game where Winthrop had nothing going offensively, but it was Ethan Marks with a quick header inside and just couldn't find the back of the net. It was a good save by Harrison Goth. Bit of a 4-on-1. Look at this. Christian Cook. Cook now goes left, goes over and finds Larmond. Now Larmond trying to put on the moves. Larmond now tries to thread the needle, but a bunch of Eagles were there and were able to recover that one. How about the moves, both from Christian Cook and Jaland Larmond? Tried to thread the needle. It took all three Eagles to stop that moving train. And I remember, this is a young Winthrop team. Bunch of freshmen out there for the Eagles. 12 on the roster. Really going to have to lean on some of the seniors and juniors on this team to try and help this Eagles team out. Leading things from Daniel Reinauer in his 10th season overall. Zane Barnes, Kelly McInnes, the assistant head coaches. Kilstrom is one of those guys, the goalkeeper for Winthrop. The Big South preseason watch list. He's a returning starter from last year. Recorded 38 saves and registered 1 shutout between the pipes for the Eagles. And now a couple subs coming in here. It's like Poliero for the Chanticleers, as is Joaquin Suarez will check out. And a couple more subs. Almost nearly a platoon system here, and believe we're going to have a timeout with 18:31 left. We're going to take a quick break. Take one right with them. 18:31 left here in the first half from Eagle Field in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Thanks for getting these sub bowls.
Of course, no problem, big bro. Let's eat.
Danny DeVito? What did you do with our uncle?
Well, that doesn't matter. This is a commercial for Jersey Mike's. What matters most are these sub bowls.
Wait, has Danny DeVito been my brother my whole life?
I guess so. Don't tell Mom. Your favorite sub, hot or cold in a bowl. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
There's a difference between being big and being strong. Between trying something new and doing something great. Finding answers and creating the future. At First Citizens, we understand that difference. We're resilient, relentless, and working together, there's nothing we can't achieve. For everyone who counts on us, there's always a difference. And that difference is who we are. First Citizens Bank.
Coming out of a timeout here from Eagle Field, 18:31 to go. Still not at 0 between the Winthrop Eagles and the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Ford Martin here with you on this Thursday evening for the season opener across the country for men's college soccer. If you're just joining us here, it's been the Chanticleers pretty much been in charge of this one so far. Offensively, Winthrop still just struggling to get things going in the offensive zone against the Chanticleers, but Winthrop did have the best chance of the game, where we saw a header from Ethan Martz just inside the box, right in front of the goalkeeper of Harrison Goth, and it was right place, right time for Goth, able to hold that one out. Winthrop had the chance to draw first blood early, was not able to capitalize, and now it will remain knotted at 0. So coming out of the timeout here, a couple quick subs, and we will move on. And you're going to see a lot of that for this Winthrop Eagles team, just based on how we've talked about the storylines coming to this game, just how young this team is. And really, you're going to see a lot of those subs come in early, just to, especially in the first game of the year for head coach Daniel Reinauer, just trying to get a grasp on, who are some of these players that are going to stick out. They had a couple expedition matchups to try and filter things out to see what they liked. And we'll see how things go for the Eagles this season. Chanticleer still, they're trying to get used to a brand new team. We talked about 9 transfers onto this team this season, coming as far as Michigan State. It's one of the backup goalkeepers in Alec Label, who actually is from the Rock Hill, South Carolina area, making a bit of a homecoming trip. over from the Big Ten. Did not play last season for the Spartans. Here's Pearson Davis. He'll settle this one back out, and attention for Jaland Larmond, who had one of those opportunities earlier. Him and Christian Cook, they've been cooking over for the Chanticleers early on. And put on a couple moves, took a couple Eagles to try and stop them. How about that spin move right there inside by Clausen? Back over, hands it over to Larmond. Larmond sends this one over the crossbar, out of the reach of Killstrom. With just under 17 minutes to go here in the first half. Couple of subs coming in as of note. One of the freshmen from Lenore, North Carolina, and the West Caldwell High School product, Jaco Castro, will check into the game. As will Hiroto Hordai will check into the game, a junior from Japan. Trying to hold this one on the near side was Ethan Marks, who had that chance early, the Big South preseason watch list player. A junior from Naples, Florida. And again, the Chanticleers give it right back up in time. Tries to put it in, and how about that? Jaland on time and knots the first goal of the season for the Chanticleers. Put on a nice move and got it right past Killstrom. And they draw first blood for the 1-0 lead early. Another look right here. And how about the dish from Clausen, who found Larmond off to the races. And Larmond, who had 6 goals on the season. The transfer from Lindsey coming over here hot off the right foot. And the Chanticleers, it was only just a moment that we were going to see the Chanticleers strike and get on the board early. They've been putting relentless pressure on the Eagles in the defensive zone. And the Old Harbor Jamaica product gets things going for the Chanticleers in all white. And now we'll see how Winthrop responds. Here's Sato for Hordai. Hordai now. Really the first time, even though it's not much so far, that Winthrop is able to hold it in the Chanticleer zone. St. Louis, he'll kick it back out. So after a little bit of a short surge there for the Eagles, to see if they can get something going. A slide tackle from Hordai. Hordai's going to be one of those players that's going to get a lot of action here late in this one. Headed back out and goes and sails out of bounds. So Matthew Williams, the junior from Manchester, England, and the transfer from Blinn College, will toss this in here. Trying to squeeze his way through, and we're going to have a trip and a whistle. We'll see who this is going to go on, and it looks like it's going to favor the Chanticleers. Contact there, but looks like Suarez is slow to get up. He is still down. Another look right there at it. Tough call there to see exactly who you can pin that one on. Almost looked nearly 50-50, but nonetheless, they will play on. The goalkeeper of Harrison Goth will short kick this one over to the far side. So Larmond with the goal. On the assist from Lute Clausen. That we saw with in the 29th minute. Kick this one up, far side for the Chanticleers to see how they can respond. Here's St. Louis. St. Louis now, he'll spin back out of it. Sends it back in for Clausen. Clausen now to St. Louis. St. Louis sends it over. And going to be picked up by the goalkeeper of Kihlstrom. Kihlstrom has been busy. Rocking the all-pink look this evening. On the near side is Candia. His partner in Castro, who just recently checked in. And on the far side, threads the needle back up. Nice spin move there, trying to get some space there. No whistle, they play on. Kicks it back over. He's going to find a streaking, looks like Castro. Try to hold in, lasers it back across, heads over, and it goes over the crossbar. What a dish from Castro to laser that one to the far post, and just could not head it in. Another look at that one. Even though it just sailed over. Great target on time for Sato. So Winthrop, after a bit of a sluggy start, starting to pick things up a little more here in the Chanticleers defensive zone. Here's Pearson Davis. Over to John Almoody. It seems every time you're looking where that ball is at in the Winthrop defensive zone, you can find Luke Clausen not too far away from the ball. Back over here again is Castro, who had that mean pass there moments ago. And for the far side, they'll kick this one back up to the Speedy. Can he get it back over to Larmond? Can Larmond get a second one? Back over, kicks it out. And this one just sails wide on Kihlstrom. Had a chance. Just couldn't put it in, but Angel Lopez with the opportunity. And that one just goes far left. Kihlstrom will send this one deep. Right at midfield. Headed back out from Almoody, who had one of those opportunities moments ago. This one sails right into the stands. Castro on the near side for Candia. He'll send this one back out to the far side and try and settle it back down, headed back out to his partner in Verteric. They'll send this one back up over to the near side. Handles over for Castro. That's a guy that's going to give you a good pass. .9:38 to go left here in the first half of play from Eagle Field. Ford Martin here with you on the season opener for men's college soccer, and trying to hold this one out. A nice play there by Sato. Sato now tries to thread the needle. Sato's tripped up, looking for a whistle, and he's going to get it. So Sato, with that speed, sends it through, tripped up. And And take another look at it right here. Look at Sato right there. Look, nice move. Cut. And then just tripped up after some contact with John Almoody. And on here for the free kick. A chance for Winthrop to tie things up. .36 to go. As the Chanticleer set things up. Horta E will set things up. That one just goes right over the crossbar. Just kissed the paint. And another chance for the Eagles, cannot capitalize. As that one just sails over the top of Harrison Goff, who's been a little busy here the last few moments as we're trickling towards the end of the first half. Just under 8 minutes to play. Winthrop, after a little bit of a slow start, have started to kick things in gear. And now putting a little pressure on the Chanticleer's defense. Back out, there's that speedy Jaland Larmond. Larmond now threads the needle. Larmond sends this one back over, racing hard for it. Able to hold this one is St. Louis. For Clausen. And they'll reset this one back out to Davis. Good ball movement here by the Chanticleers for St. Louis down here on the near side. Larmond tries to spin right back out of it, finds it, streaking in, coming in is Clausen. Clausen tried to cut inside. The Chanticleers team is begging for a penalty. Clausen can't believe it. So no penalty. Official said it was clean. It will still remain with the Chanticleers as Winthrop cleared it. And they'll throw it in. Tripped up there right in front. So we're going to have a bit of a free kick here now. So also huddle up. As they set up now for this free kick. .5:34 to go. As they try and settle things up, St. Louis looks to be the one that will be there. Larmond to his left. Here's St. Louis to try and take the lead and take the lead more. Here comes their shot. That one's deflected, and this will go out of bounds to try and make it a 2-0 game. But Winthrop stands tall in the defensive zone, and that one goes out of bounds. 5 minutes to go here in the first half of play. We've kind of seen this with this Winthrop team, just spurts of offense where they seem to have put the pressure on the Chanticleers. The Chanticleers respond. Here's St. Louis trying to get that one to go off an eagle to possibly get their second corner kick on the day. Here's tripped up there, Larmond. Back and forth, officials letting them play. And trying to stay onside was Larmond. That one goes out of bounds, and it will remain with the Eagles. 4:20 and counting. 1-0. The Chanticleers on top. Jaland Larmond with the lone goal. As Candia will send this one deep. Midfield. Racing back to get the one. It's Adamson. Adamson now. He'll cut left inside the box. One's floated on top. Dangerous position. Can Winthrop respond? Here's a laser out into the trees, out into the parking lot. Had the chance. So again, Winthrop, their third shot that has sailed over the top of the crossbar. Another look right there. A little bit of a mean run there for Mario Adamson. Was a dangerous play. It looked like from John Almoody to send that one top and high, but Chanticleers once again withstand that Winthrop offensive charge. He'll send this one out. Back over for Marks, who had that opportunity in the early going. He'll try and fend him off, but the Chanticleers are able to get it. They'll knock it out of bounds. And this one just trickles out of bounds close to that corner, but they'll have to throw it in here. Winthrop still has not been awarded a corner kick this evening. Only one of the night so far was back at the 8th minute to Coastal. Able to pick that one off in time. Here's Ethan March trying to get involved. Slide tackle comes up short, but still enough for Winthrop can take over, but a whistle on that slide tackle here with 2:25 to go. Pearson Davis to John Almoody now. And nearly tripped up. Winthrop wanting a call, and they're going to get it. Back on the near side to Candia. He'll kick this one over to his partner in Castro. 90 seconds left here in this first half from Eagle Field. A season opener for both teams. The first home opener to start the season for Winthrop since 2018. Playing back and forth with it. And they'll reset. We'll catch their Armijo. Armijo will send it out on the near side. And he'll kick this one up. Intended for Horty. 1 minute to go in the first half. Forget to join us here later on. For our Citizens Bank first half stats coming up momentarily during the break. This one's kicked out and going to be handled by St. Louis. How about the shifty moves there on Sato? 8 seconds left. We'll see if Winthrop will let this clock drown out. And looks to be doing just that. The opening goal for the Chanticleers, who have pretty much controlled this entire game up to this moment, and we'll see what sort of changes we'll see from Daniel Ridenauer in his 10th season with the Eagles. See what sort of changes he makes to his squad for the second half. Coastal, as we talked about, they ended last season with 6 straight losses or ties, looking for their first win since October 8th of last season, where they won that game against Campbell 1-0. Off the races here once again. Here's Larmond. Larmond sends this one, and if that was a field goal in football, I think that one would have been good, as that one sails into the trees over the top of the crossbar. Larmond, who showed us that speed in the first half. Played in 20 matches and 19 starts last season for Lindsey Wilson. Handling things back over. Paterick now. Some contact, sends it back up. He'll hand this one to Lopez. Lopez back out to the speedy Larmond. Larmond now has that one kicked out of bounds. Nice defensive play from Paterick. Two minutes into the second half from Eagle Field. Great crowd on hand. The college students, especially the freshmen, getting their first taste of being a college student, going back to your dorm at Washington Soccer. This one saw a near opportunity that was set up for the shot that clears. This one sent back over to Killstrom. And again on the far side, as both teams have swapped sides. So a big chance for both these sides just to knock off some of the rust here just a bit. First game of the season. They did have a couple of exhibition matches. Here's a chance now for Winthrop. Hordehy sends it back up. Here's a chance to send it left. And a block and a save by Goth. Goth makes the play to rush up on him. And this might be a chance for a Winthrop corner, and it is. Going up to rush, and you see it right there on your replay boards. For the first time in this matchup, Winthrop is going to have a corner kick. Going to be taken by Adamson on the near side here in the 4th minute of the second half. Here's Adamson on the corner. A low corner. Angled out. Given to Sato, who will send this one high up in the air from Hordehy. Sato get involved. Right in the trenches with the speedster and Larmond. So a chance we saw there momentarily for Sato. Winthrop not able to capitalize. Just under 41 minutes to go from Eagle Field. And the 51st all-time meeting between the two sides. Coastal Carolina owns the all-time series record, 29, 18, and 3. With Winthrop winning the last meeting that took place in the 2023 season opener in Conway, South Carolina. Winthrop winning that match 2-0. Going to get this one back out to their goalkeeper in Harrison Goth, who's made a couple big-time saves this evening. Here's Goth for the kick. They'll laser this one past midfield. We'll see if Winthrop can respond and build some momentum off that near chance for the Eagles moments ago. And the save there by Harrison Goth. Threads it up. And put on the moves up the midfield. That one's knocked out. And so that was a handball. That one instead hit actually the ref. Got close. Maybe hit the ref's hand, but hits the ref, and we will still play on. Castro will send it up over to Vateric and back over. Sato, they're trying to get involved. And they'll kick it over to Goth. Trying to manage this lead for Coastal. 1-0 your score on this Thursday evening season opener. A near slide tackle by Horty. Now the Chanticleers. How do they work it up? Oh, nice pass. As he goes and finds Ryder, who's been trying to get involved here as of late, just too far in front. Try to stick the leg in there was Ulrich, who was our player to watch coming into this one. Over there on the far side. Rushing back over. That one goes out of bounds. 37-45 left into this one. Chanticleers on transition. They got numbers if they hurry. Back out, sends it across, he scores! It's Angel Lopez who threads the needle up the middle and gets that one past Killstrom for the goal. And the Chanticleers will extend their lead to 2-0 with 37 to play in the second half. Here's another look right here. Killstrom tried to play big, but just not enough. As a similar goal that we saw earlier on the goal by Larmond. So Lopez and the freshman forward from Spain, his first collegiate goal. The freshman, who's in the youth ranks of Civil FC from 19 to 22, playing the Spanish 3rd Federation League past few seasons. So congratulations, first career goal for Angel Lopez. Kicks it over, so the Chanticleers extend their lead to 2-0. They'll send this one out. So Winthrop, now see how do they respond. So Angel Lopez gets his first career goal, and earlier we saw Jaland Larmond get his first goal of the season here in the season opener that he had back at the 29th minute. I'll kick this one up. Bouncing over and trying to send this and clear it back out is Poliero. Handles. And kick this one back out to midfield. Castro. Sell this one back onto the far side. He has Adamson just waiting on it. Adamson just going to kick this one back up and try and see if he can find a defender here with the left foot. Back over, comes over, finds Williams. That one's deflected high up in the air. Adamson can retrieve that? He cannot. A chance again for Winthrop. So these near chance opportunities just cannot capitalize. And how about the speedster of Larmond on the far side? Larmond now try to put it in between two defenders. Chanticleers will hold on to it, but penalty back over nearby the slide tackle, and it will belong back to the Eagles. So just opportunity after opportunity for Winthrop, but just not able to capitalize. I'll sail this one deep. See Bennett trying to juggle it there. And Ulrich for the team in white. We'll hold on here. They'll send this one back up. Turns around, finds Clausen. Clausen who tried to find, Larmond again. He was streaking forward, but got close to an offside. Two-0 your score, 34-15. Left here from Eagle Field in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Ford and Mart on the call for you on ESPN Plus. Thank you for joining us here for the season opener for men's college soccer countrywide. Back over here, another chance here for Davis, and the shot clears as that one tries to stay in bounds, close to a corner, and let's see, it actually is going to be a corner, so it just trickled to the left of the flag in the corner. And for the second time today, we're going to see a shot to clear corner kick, so another opportunity to extend their lead once more. Say Horde for the Eagles. I will make that correction. That is Winthrop with the corner kick. I apologize. So Winthrop now for the corner. Horde for Winthrop, their second corner on the day. This one sailed up top, threaded across, and cleared by the shot that clears. Now, a chance for Larmond, who knew he had the speed to go and capture that one, but not able to get to it in time. We saw that early on, and he's been one to where he thinks he has a chance to go after and get it. He'll take it. Contact there, 31, 32, 30 left. Here from Eagle Field. Again, our second game of our doubleheader this evening on ESPN Plus from campus of Winthrop University. All students here return to campus, taking in some men's college soccer and hoping to see if the Eagles can try to get a goal here to celebrate, and that one just goes out of bounds. Throw this one out for Winthrop. See if they can get some positive mojo here, and all they need is just one goal to really change things out, see if they can get the momentum back on their side, but it's been all shot to clears. This one's in front, he scores! For the second time today, Angel Lopez, but he might be called for offside. And I believe that might be the call. So Lopez, who found the back of the net, he thought for the second time today, appears to be just offside, and that goal will not count, and it will remain 2-0. I had the chance, and looking at our replay board, that our team was just showing us just offside. Lopez, the freshman, trying to double dip. Just could not finish. Step side just too much, and that's simply how he was able to get open and result in an offside, and we'll stay at a 2-0 ball game. Now how do the Chanticleers respond here once again? Here's Clausen, who tried to find again Larmond on a similar play that we saw back in the 29th minute, where he found Larmond streaking to the net, tried to do a similar play, but the Eagles defenders were able to sniff that one out immediately and not let them do it again. Under 30 to play here in this second half. Rushing back over is Suarez. As Ryder tries to cut back over here to the near side, has some opening space. Does he check it in? That one's blocked away and ricocheted back out, and it will go into the possession of the Eagles there. About 61 minutes passed so far as a corner kick upcoming for the Chanticleers. This will be their second corner on the day. So Coastal, can they get more? They're just going to hold this, kick this one just in front. Now kicks this one back on net. That one's headed back out. A free chance opportunity sitting there by itself. This one's lasered on. That one's stopped. Back out handled by Al Moody. Al Moody will sail this one over the top of the netting and into the parking lot. So another chance for the Chanticleers, not able to capitalize. So what we thought was nearly a 3-0 game for Angel Lopez off the right foot was just offside. So Ryan Armijo will now check in back to the game for the Winthrop Eagles. As this one's sailed away in the direction of Kleber. Suarez. He'll send this one out. Out in the direction of Clausen. Here's Clausen again. Does he find Larmond again? This time he goes and finds his partner of Lopez. Can he go double dipping again? This one sailed back out over the crossbar and out of bounds. Well, we know this Coastal Carolina team has the distance for kicking it long. Almost all their kicks have, for the most part, have sailed over the top of the crossbar. That is the 13th shot on the evening, but only 3 shots on goal. Winthrop with 5, Winthrop with 2 shots on goal. And both teams tied apiece at 10 with fouls. Pacquiao for Advinson. Far side. Now tries to cut in there. Now Winthrop inside the box. Sends this one deep and it just goes light of the pipe. And right there was Harrison Goth to try and stop that one. Defended the post just enough. And the look right there is just trickled wide. It's one of those chances we've seen for Winthrop where They have the opportunities, just are not able to finish. See if they can get a goal here before the end of this one for this home crowd, and we'll see what one goal turns into. It's all about trying to get that momentum. And it looks like right there, Larmond didn't like what he saw there. Thought that maybe would have been a foul back on the far side against Horta-E. But we'll play on. The near side for Tarek. That freshman getting some minutes here, important minutes into this one. Goth will go back to retrieve and give to his partner in Suarez. That one just rolls out of bounds here on the near side. Just under 24 minutes left. In this one here, we do have the optional hydration break if needed. Trying to fend for it right there as Lopez able to streak it in there. Oh, nifty move. You see there from Castro. Now reaching back out is Williams, and he'll just sell this one over to the far side. And Goth will go over there and retrieve. Near side for Ulrich. Ulrich will send this back up. He'll give this one over. He'll go and find Clausen. Clausen will cut back down to the middle. Can he find Larmond? Larmond streaking to the net. Can he get a foot on it? Larmond will slide. And what a save from Killstrom to go and recover that one with Larmond coming in fast. And Larmond, who is still down behind Killstrom, can't get up to his feet, and we're going to have a whistle as Larmond, who made tough contact with Killstrom, see it right there as he is down. Take another look. Saw it there once again. Clausen trying to find Larmond streaking and just going right there. Tough hit. That's not going to feel good. Trying to stretch him out to see if maybe there might be a cramping up there just a bit. Hoping that he's all right. Some of the trainers coming out there is Yoon Yamada, the head trainer for Coastal Carolina. We'll go there and walk them off. Going to have a timeout here for Coastal Carolina, and we'll take one with them here. 2-0 your score as the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina out top ahead of Winthrop. 2-0 from Eagle Field. This Big South broadcast is brought to you in part by First Citizens Bank.
Thanks for getting me
Forever
Subway.
First. CertaPro Painters. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters. And Jersey Mike's. A sub above. Just about 22 and a half minutes remain in this one from Eagle Field. 2-0 your score. Chanticleers out top, rocking their all whites. Winthrop and the Eagles in their garnet tops and gold numbers. Ford Martin with you here on the broadcast this evening. Glad to have you here with us on this Thursday evening, just south of Charlotte, North Carolina, here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. A battle here in the Palmetto State. Only a few hours separate these schools, and the 51st all-time meeting between these two schools. Our last meeting took place in the 2023 season opener down in Conway, South Carolina. Winthrop won that game 2-0. And right now, the Chanticleers are trying to return the favor and try and shut out the Eagles on their home field. Right at midfield, and we'll see if Winthrop can just pull something together here just to keep it going offensively and trying to stop it. Also do want to report here, Jaland Larmond, we were able to watch him during the break. He is up on his own power. He is not in the game, trying to walk it off, just cramping up there just a little bit over on the far side. So just trying to stay loose here just a little bit. We'll be surprised if we see him back in this one, but we'll see what the head coaching staff and Chris Fiddler in his first season with the Chanticleers will end up doing. But he's definitely got his work in this evening and the chances he's been able to provide for Coastal. 20 and a half minutes left here in this one. Under the lights here at Eagle Field. And Winthrop just too far in front for the streaking Pearson Kleber. We'll kick this one up deep and try to head it, see if maybe he can give it over to his partner and Samuel Murphy. Finds it back over. Now a chance for Christian Cook, who's tripped up and going back to retrieve with a slide tackle and saving that one for a possible near chance of a Coastal Carolina corner kick. But a nice slide from Killstrom. Even though he's allowed 2 in, he's been solid this afternoon. Other side, Harrison Goth. 2 saves on the day. Obviously, no goals allowed. 13 shots for the Chanticleers. 13-6 over Winthrop. Both teams tied at 2 apiece for corners. Look at the nifty moves right there. Oh, how about Clausen again? Getting that one out. Now off to the races. Here comes Ryder. Ryder. He's got Al Moody to his right. He'll send it back to the far side to St. Louis. St. Louis will be a little too far in front to go and retrieve it. Now St. Louis trying to put on the moves. He'll cut this one back in. Tries to get this one to Cook. Cook on a big save right there inside for Killstrom. So Killstrom playing big and knocking that one out of bounds. It is going to set up a Coastal Carolina corner kick, but big time save there for Killstrom. It's under 19 minutes to go, and for the third time today, the Chanticleers will have a corner kick. Their last one, they just kicked it in just short to try and set up, and they're going to do just that again. Going to send it back over to Ryder. Just right at midfield to set it back out. Get it on the far side, over to Murphy. And we got a whistle here. Going to go the other way. So a missed opportunity for Coastal Carolina, something that Chris Fiddler is not going to be too pleased about, even though his team has that 2-0 lead and has been dominating pretty much the majority of this game. Winthrop just can't get it right. Over for Suarez. And kick back out to Goth, who will laser that one back out to midfield, headed out there by Sato. Kicked aside by Paccio. Taking a hard fall there was Ryder. They'll go ahead and still play on. Trying to create some space. How about that? Just trying to keep him off of Christian Cook. Here's Cook. Cook will laser this one just over the crossbar. Christian Cook put some mustard on that one. And that one just sails by. Christian Cook, who has literally, he's been cooking today as far as his play. Had a lot of near chances and just a little too much on that one. Had the chance to get over the top of Killstrom, but that'll stop. Under 17 minutes to go from Eagle Field. Shanta clears as that one's tripped up onto the ground, and a trip up, and wasn't sure exactly who that was that went down for Coastal. Take another look right here. Looks like it's maybe Pearson Davis, number 15. Or no, make that actually Daniel Ryder that went down. And he's able to get up under his own power. Everything appears to be okay for Ryder. So Jaco Castro, one of the players for Winthrop, now checking into the game. Was involved there early. The freshman from Lenoir, North Carolina, and the West Caldwell High School product. In his first collegiate game, had that laser of a pass right on the line that set up a near goal opportunity for Winthrop, but just couldn't put it through. $16 minutes left in this one here. I want to thank you for joining us on this Thursday evening for some Winthrop and Coastal Carolina soccer for the opening day across the country for men's college soccer. I know we mentioned that a few times as far as the excitement that's just been around this campus leading up to this one. Always excited to have the boys out here playing and a new season underway. That one's just too far in front as that one's directed to Horta-E. And St. Louis will retreat just a bit. Too far in front, had a chance to block that one. Looks like Vateric was able to try and play big there to go and stop that one. Back to the way is gives it to Cook, who had a streaking on the near side. Ulrich had a chance that they were able to find him in time for an open look. Suarez will send this one to Ulrich in that direction. Back over. Kicked aside. Ulrich will handle it here. And he'll give it back out to Clausen, who's had a couple dishes so far. This little tug of the jersey there, no problem. They keep on playing. Sends it back out. Cook, can he get there in time? He cannot. And rushing back over. Moves from Sato. He'll settle things down. 14 and a half minutes to go. Does Winthrop have something in them here to get a late goal and a little late momentum to get things going in their direction? They'll send this one back over. Is now the time. A little indecision there, just a little bit from Harrison Goth, but wisely goes and recovers that one in time. Had a chance, but thought better of it and went up to retrieve that one because that had a Winthrop opportunity written all over it. 13:53 left. 2-0. Goals today have been by Jaland Larmond back in the 29th minute. And Angel Lopez in his first collegiate goal. The freshman from Seville, Spain, getting on the action to extend that Chanticleer's goal. He actually also had a second opportunity to get a second one. Here's another chance on goal. That one's recovered and swallowed up by Goth. But Angel Lopez, what a double, dipped early on, but had a offside call in his direction. He was able to find the back of the net, but just too far in front. Not able to capitalize to make it a 3-0 game, and stays at 2 goals. But at least will be noticeable on when they're looking back at film. It's getting involved in the play. Thirteen shots on goal. 13 shots in general for the Chanticleers. 3 shots on goal and 2 saves. This one's kicked aside. Out and tried to intend it was Williams. And I get back over to Sato. Sato's been pretty busy here lately. One of the players has stuck out for the Eagles. Castro. For Tarek. Rushing back over. Can he get it in time to settle it down? He can, is Marks. One of our players to watch. He was wanting that corner, but not going to get it. We're going to have a substitution come in for Coastal. So Nate Kowalczyk will come into the game for Luke Clausen, number 12, the graduate defenseman from Redlands, California. "12 minutes to go. Goth will send this one away. Headed back out. And able to recover is Suarez. And he'll send it back to his goalkeeper in Goth. Goth, who played in 4 games last season with 2 goals against, 23 saves, and a 92% save percentage, 1-0-2 on the season. For the far side is St. Louis. Inside the box, and had a chance at it using that high leg, lifted high in the air. It's Kolfovic, who just checked in here moments ago. And here's Winthrop now, a chance. Trying to use that speed and time, and a slide tackle. Winthrop's wanting a call, and they're going to get it. They want to go quick. Colso doesn't agree, but free kick here with 11 minutes to go. Horty will set things up. The lefty with just under 11 to play. This one's a low strike. Almost intended right back to him, but Ryder's there to pick it up soon. Ryder will send this one down the sideline, and Winthrop will take over. We'll see if now Winthrop, even though this really hasn't been their game and just hasn't been able to just capitalize on some of these opportunities they've had. No second chance opportunities. It's just been a shot on goal, goes wide. They get inside the box, but just cannot finish either way. A couple have sailed over. They had one that just nipped the crossbar. That one's headed out by Horty. Can Winthrop try to create a little momentum here? Back at the far side is Sato. Sato now inside the box. Kicks this one back over. And just in front, and just too far in front. Intended for Paccio. Just cannot finish. Been the story of the day for Winthrop. But this is, at least this possession, the most offensive momentum that we have seen this evening. Under 10 to play. So Lincoln Ulrich, our player to watch for Coastal, is going to check out of the game. And they're going to bring in Samuel Murphy, the redshirt junior from Prospect, Kentucky. And the Louisville transfer, getting some minutes here late in this one. Now, how can Winthrop respond out of this short little break? Had a chance to set things up. We'll see what they could do here. Nice spin move there, taken up by Sagrio. Sagrio shot and swallowed up by Goth on net. But something for Winthrop. We're seeing a little offensive momentum start to go in their direction. They'll settle this one down at midfield with Paccio. Trying to hold this one out, and Christian Cook's shot just goes wide. Back out to the far side, just too far in front as it was intended for Tarek. 8.5 to go. 2-0 your score. The goals today by Jaland Larmond and Angel Lopez. Your 2 goal scorers tonight. Ford Martin in the booth with you here on this Thursday evening on ESPN+. Coastal Carolina representing the Sun Belt Conference. Winthrop and the Eagles representing the Big South. This one's kicked back over. And this one's fired away with the left foot from Killstrom. It was a bit of a busy day. Winthrop's going to try and play a little fast here. We're just under 8 to play. Can they keep this down in the Winthrop zone? And again, just not too far in front. It will stay with Winthrop, though, as Pearson Davis kicks this one out of bounds. Sets this one high up. That one's headed out by Christian Cook. Redirected shot back over, finds the netting behind the goal, out of bounds. 7 minutes to go. Chanticleers trying to start the season out on a winning note. Looking for their first shutout win, which was their last win that they had versus Campbell back on October 8th of 2024. They'll kick this one away. And that one just sails right out of bounds. Send this one back over to midfield. Cam Winthrop now had a chance to get behind the defender. That one sent a pipe in the air, headed back out to recover, and that one just goes out of bounds. So Winthrop looking for a little positive mojo to end this one, as that one is just reaching back for it. Running over is Sagrero, and that one goes out of bounds, and we'll stay with Winthrop here. Some contact. We'll stay with the Eagles, playing a little fast here. Eagles will send this up, and we'll try and settle it down. Those kick it over. Not exactly what he needed on that, and here we go, off to the races. Going to have numbers back. Has Cook over, rushing for Cook. Was it too far in front? Cook tries to put on a move. Cook scrambles. He scores! Christian Cook putting on the moves. His first goal of the day on the season, and Cook finds the back of the net to make it a 3-0 game. What a play, rushing that one in front as Kihlstrom couldn't get to it in time. Christian Cook, and the senior midfielder from Charlotte, North Carolina, turning on the Jets. A season where last year he played in 3 matches before the season was cut short due to injury. Took 2 shots over 61 minutes of playing time this last season, and he capitalizes. So Christian Cook makes it a 3-0 game with just under 5 to play. And the Chanticleers, who are trying to, after kind of suffering a little bit from Winthrop, where they were just playing up top to try and pull away. Or excuse me, make that Winthrop that was just trying to get something going offensively. Showed a lot of pressure in the defensive zone for Winthrop, but just right there. Out of nowhere, just kicking that one deep, and Christian Cook found the turbo button and blasted right past the defenders of Winthrop and notches the 3rd goal of the night. Far side. And as Coastal Carolina going to have a fun bus ride home, as they will have their home opener on August 26th. Home against another familiar opponent to Winthrop in Longwood at 7 p.m. That game will also be on ESPN+. Winthrop and the Eagles, they'll be home Sunday, August 24th at 6 p.m. versus Campbell. You can also find that game here on ESPN+. Well, it's been all Chanticleers, and the scoreboard will tell it to you just like that. But they've had a couple opportunities for Winthrop to get a couple goals. They just could not finish. They've had the opportunities, had some chances where they looked pretty good, but this could have been almost a tie ball game, especially almost getting the first goal of the night with Ethan Marks and that header right up close to Harrison Goth. Two and a half minutes to play. Here's Matthew Williams, who sends this one with the left foot, and they'll head this one on net. Lost it there just a bit, was Goth able to recover. To try and milk out the rest of this clock. See if Winthrop can try to get a little momentum going into that game against Campbell here with a late goal, as that one just goes out of bounds. Had a great crowd on hand to start this one. A lot of fans excited to have college soccer back. A lot of kids in the youth soccer from the community out here enjoying it. Not the result they were looking for this evening, but still a good time nonetheless out here at Eagle Field. As streaking back inside, that was actually a good opportunity from Sagrio. As that one looked to be intended there for Matthew Williams. Or make that Thomas Wilson, I beg your pardon. Now we'll see what Ethan Martz can do here. One minute to go. Out by himself over there was Patrick Shaw, the freshman, getting some minutes in here for Coastal. It's one player that this Coastal team is really excited about coming over, playing with the New York Red Bulls Academy from 2013 to 2024. National recognition as one of the top drawer soccer's top 150 players in the country. Ranked as a top 5 player in New Jersey. Here's coming inside, a chance, and try to follow it up. That one goes out of bounds. Contact, offside. Had the opportunity, but yeah, right there, just way offside. In front of the goalkeeper for Ethan Martz to try and maybe steal a late one. But for the first time in 317 days, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers are going to win a soccer match.